Welcome to your safe zone.
Dear Cancer, you are a person who cannot be truly known in a single day or a single conversation. At first glance, you may appear calm, reserved, or even a little mysterious, but beneath this shell lies an immensely sensitive, perceptive, and deep personality. You belong to the water signs, and therefore emotions are as essential to you as the air you breathe. You do not experience life merely through your mind, but above all, through your heart. What others pass by without noticing can leave a lasting mark on you. You possess the gift of sensing atmospheres, people's moods, and unspoken thoughts. You often realize that something is happening long before anyone says it out loud. This very intuition is among your greatest strengths. Your greatest power is your capacity to love. When you let someone in, you give them your trust, care, support, and a piece of your heart. You are not a person of superficial relationships. You need to feel authenticity, safety, and mutual closeness. Family, home, and the people you consider your own hold an extraordinary place in your life. You can be a protector, a pillar of support, and the one who offers a safe haven to others in the moments they need it most. Many people close to you do not even realize how much energy you invest in their happiness and contentment. Even though you appear gentle, an enormous strength hides within you. A Cancer is not a warrior who attacks head-on. When you encounter an obstacle, you look for another way around, but you do not give up. You have an exceptional ability to persevere even where others would have long lost their patience. You can overcome difficult times because you are driven by love for the people you care about and the desire to create a stable, safe life. Outwardly, you may seem fragile, but in reality, you carry a resilience within you that reveals itself exactly when it is needed most. At the same time, however, there are aspects of your nature that can complicate your life. You are highly sensitive to words, tone of voice, and the behavior of others. Sometimes you take things too personally and spend a long time overthinking what someone said or did. If someone disappoints or hurts you, you do not forget easily. You have an excellent memory, not only for beautiful moments, but also for painful experiences. That is why you occasionally return to the past, wondering what could have been different. Sometimes, the past holds you tighter than is beneficial. Memories themselves hold a special significance in your life. You remember scents, places, words, and seemingly insignificant details that evoked emotions within you. You can preserve moments like treasures and return to them years later. Thanks to this, you create strong bonds and relationships. But at the same time, it can be hard to let go of what has already ended. One of your greatest life lessons is understanding that not everything has to last forever. Some chapters must be closed so that new and better ones can begin. When you feel threatened or hurt, you tend to retreat into your imaginary shell. Instead of an open conversation, you might stay silent and wait to see if the other person notices what is bothering you. But people cannot read minds, and this is exactly where misunderstandings often arise. Throughout your life, you are learning a vital lesson: that even the deepest feelings need to be spoken. When you find the courage to talk about your emotions more openly, you will discover that many problems can be resolved much more easily than you thought. In relationships, you are among the most loyal signs of the zodiac. You do not take love lightly, and you do not enter relationships just to avoid being alone. You need to feel that there is a genuine connection between you and the other person. When you love, you give your partner your absolute all. You are attentive, caring, and willing to do much for your mutual happiness. A partner by your side often gains not only a loved one, but also a friend, a confidant, and a rock. However, you also need reassurance. If you feel that your feelings are not reciprocated, or that your partner is pulling away, you may start to doubt and withdraw into yourself. Sometimes you are more vulnerable than you let on. Your heart is big, but precisely because of that, you fear rejection. Yet, when you find someone who values your love and can build a solid relationship with you based on trust, you can create a partnership for a lifetime. You love deeply, devotedly, and with a sincerity that is rare in today's world. Friendship means almost as much to you as love. You do not need to have a large number of acquaintances around you. Quality is more important than quantity. When you call someone a friend, you take that relationship seriously. You are loyal, willing to help, and you often stand by others even in moments when everyone else would turn their backs. People value you most for your honesty, empathy, and your ability to listen without judgment. In your professional life, you are far more capable than many realize. You are often not the one who loudly pushes themselves forward or demands attention. Instead, you work honestly, consistently, and responsibly. You have a strong sense of duty and can take full responsibility for your tasks. When you make a commitment, you strive to fulfill it as best as you can. Superiors appreciate your reliability, while colleagues value your willingness to help. You work best in an environment with good interpersonal relationships. A hostile atmosphere, intrigue, or overly fierce competition does not suit you. You need to feel that your work has meaning and is appreciated. You thrive in professions where you can care for others, provide support, or create value that has long-term significance. You can be an excellent teacher, healthcare worker, counselor, psychologist, or social worker, but also a successful entrepreneur, provided you are building something you have a personal connection to. One of your professional strengths is your ability to perceive people's needs. Thanks to this, you are able to build high-quality relationships with customers, clients, and colleagues. You are not the type of person who strives for success at any cost. For you, a sense of stability and the certainty that your work is beneficial are far more important. When you do something that truly fulfills you, you can deliver extraordinary performances and surprise even yourself. You view finances primarily as a means to create security. You do not care for luxury or showing off. You are much more comforted by the knowledge that you have a reserve for worse times, and that you can take care of yourself and your loved ones. You generally manage money wisely and are good at planning. You do not spend recklessly, and you carefully consider larger investments. You have a natural need to protect what you have built. Despite this, you may sometimes spend more money on the people you love. You enjoy bringing joy to others, and sometimes put their needs before your own. If you learn to maintain a balance between generosity and healthy boundaries, you can achieve very good financial stability. Money will never be an end in itself for you, but rather a tool to create a peaceful and harmonious life. Your health is closely linked to your mental well-being. As a highly sensitive person, you react to stress more intensely than many other signs. When you are troubled, it often shows not only in your mood, but also in your physical body. Therefore, it is crucial for you to learn how to rest, to stop taking on the responsibilities of everyone around you, and to give yourself enough time to recharge. Home plays a massive role in your life. You need a place where you feel safe, where you can truly be yourself and replenish your energy. Spending time in nature, being near water, a peaceful environment, and people you trust have an extraordinarily positive impact on your psyche. If you live in prolonged stress or uncertainty, it can manifest as fatigue, tension, or a worsened mood. But when your inner world is in balance, you project a calm, grounded presence and become an anchor for everyone around you. There is one more thing you should know about yourself. You often fail to realize your own worth because you focus on the needs of others. You tend to be much harder on yourself than on those around you. You see your flaws, doubt your decisions, and sometimes feel like you are not good enough, even though the people around you see the exact opposite. You have a tendency to underestimate everything you have achieved because you take your successes for granted. In reality, however, behind much of what you do is your perseverance, patience, and ability to never give up, even when circumstances are unfavorable. You belong to those who need to feel a sense of purpose. Superficial conversations, empty promises, or relationships without depth are not enough for you. You seek authenticity in everything you do. When you decide on something with your heart, you give it your maximum energy. That is why you are most fulfilled by situations where you see that your efforts have brought joy, help, or positive change into the lives of others. Material success may please you, but you find true happiness primarily in the feeling of closeness, love, and mutual understanding. Your life's journey is teaching you to find the balance between giving and receiving. You have a tendency to care for others, tend to their needs, and protect them from problems. Sometimes, however, you forget about yourself. You are learning that you, too, have the right to support, understanding, and love. You do not always have to be the strong one who handles everything alone. It is not a weakness to ask for help or to admit that something hurts. Quite the opposite. true strength lies in being able to be honest with yourself. Dear Cancer, your greatest value is your heart. The sensitivity you carry within you is not a weakness, but an exceptional gift. Because of it, you are able to create deep relationships, understand others, and bring a sense of safety and trust into people's lives. When you learn to trust yourself more, fear the past less, and express your feelings more openly, you can achieve almost anything you desire. You are a person who may not attract attention through loudness or flashiness, but you leave a lasting mark on the hearts of others. And therein lies your true strength. Not everyone can offer as much understanding, compassion, and genuine care as you do. Therefore, never forget that your sensitivity is not an obstacle on your journey through life. It is your greatest asset, your source of strength, and something that makes you unforgettable. If you listen to your heart while never forgetting your own needs, you can build a life full of love, stability, contentment, and the inner peace you desire so deeply. And that is when the very best of what the sign of Cancer holds will fully shine through. In closing, I want to tell you just one thing. Never forget who you are. In a world that often rewards hardness, speed, and cold logic, you bring something far more precious: humanity, compassion, loyalty, and the ability to love without pretense. Your sensitivity is not a weakness, but a gift that allows you to see beauty where others overlook it, and to offer a helping hand when someone needs it most. You may have experienced disappointment in life, moments of uncertainty, or situations where your good heart was not appreciated. Yet, you still carry within you the ability to believe, to hope, and to open your heart once again. And that is the mark of true strength. Not a strength that destroys, but a strength that heals, unites, and builds. Remember that you do not have to be perfect to be loved. You do not have to save the whole world or carry the burdens of everyone around you on your shoulders. Treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and care that you so willingly give to others. When you learn to be a pillar of support for yourself as well, you will discover the peace your soul craves so much. Wherever life may take you, never lose your uniqueness. Remain the person who can love with all their heart, protect what matters to them, and find the light even on the darkest days. Because that is exactly where your greatest magic lies. You are a Cancer, a sensitive soul with a massive heart, a quiet strength, and the ability to leave a mark on the lives of others that will never fade. And that is a gift not everyone has.
For my beloved Honzichek, from Zuzanka with love.